Greetings. My name is Way Out Nelson. Welcome to Full Foil Hat. Today's video, I will be your host. As such, I'd like to expand upon a video posted by the Mandala Man. It's called, Are There Dark Planets Roaming the Night Sky? Now, ideally, this type of interaction between the Mandala Man and myself would take place instantaneously. We'd be doing it live, we'd shoot back ideas, but until we get enough subscribers for that to happen, we're just going to post individual videos, commenting on each other's work when, needed. So, in the video, the Mandala Man was saying that Neil deGrasse Tyson points out that there appears to be some sort of celestial body interacting with our solar system. An unknown body, maybe most likely a planet, but as pointed out by the Mandala Man, possibly like a brown dwarf star or a whole other entire solar system interacting with ours. So, as promised, I'd like to expand on that idea a little bit. No offense to Mr. deGrasse Tyson. That's not a new idea at all. It's an ancient idea that somehow we have like a twin star, a binary star, that our sun and solar system are in sync with another star and its solar system. And when that happens, what's going on is that the two stars revolve around each other in a long orbit. So go far apart, come close together, far apart. It's not a new idea. The most modern version, the earliest version of this was put forth by an Indian sage named Sri Yukteswar in about 1895. He put that, you can check it out, it's in his book called The Holy Science. And he says that explains the ancient Indian cycle called the Yugas. Now, the modern version of the Yugas, it's a millions of years cycle. It takes millions of years to go through an entire cycle. There are 4 Yugas in the cycle. There's 4 ascending Yugas where our consciousness is expanding, and there's 4 descending Yugas where our consciousness is diminishing and our civilization is in decline. Okay, what Sri Yukteswar did was he put that cycle, that million-year Hindu Vedic cycle, into a relatable time period for human beings. And he lined it up with something called the precession of the equinoxes. The precession of the equinoxes is the sky's backwards movement. It's a westerly movement throughout the sky, where over a long period of time, you stand in one place facing due east, and you look due east at sunrise on the spring equinox. Over a long period of time, you will notice that the background stars move. That's what they mean by the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Currently, on sunrise on the spring equinox, the sun rises in the constellation of Pisces, slowly moving over time into the age of Aquarius. Sri Yukteswar, like I said, lined that up with the precession and equinoxes. Mainstream puts precession at about 25,900 years. Sri Yukteswar narrowed that down to 24,000 years. and just also making each yuga, a relatable time period. So I'm going to explain the Yuga cycle. Remember, precession is the movement of the stars caused not by a wobble in the earth, as is the mainstream theory, but by, as Mr. deGrasse Tyson proposes and does the Mandala Man, the possibility that our solar system is interacting with yet another star, another solar system, making this orbit. And when we orbit, that makes the stars in the background slowly move. Okay, so like I said, each Yuga cycle, there are four. Satya Yuga, the Golden Age. There's Treta Yuga, the Silver Age. Dwapara Yuga, the Bronze Age. And Kali Yuga, the Iron Age. That would be the descending part of the cycle where our consciousness is diminishing and our civilization is in decline. We just came out of a very long 12,000 year descending period. Left the Kali Yuga about 1700 AD. And you can see, as soon as we hit 1700 AD and went from Kali, the lowest part of the cycle, into Dwapara, the next higher age, what happened around the world? The Enlightenment, literally called the Enlightenment. We had the Enlightenment, we had the Industrial Revolution, we had the reformation of governments, the new freedoms of people that were experienced around the world. Things changed suddenly at about 1699, 1700, and then bam, as soon as we hit about 1900, Industrial Revolution, New World. Okay, so the good news is because of that, we're in the ascending period of the Yuga cycle, 12,000 year ascending period, where our consciousness is expanding. Look online. Everybody's like, hey, there's an awakening, moving from 3D to 5D, whatever you want to call it. There's this awakening I've spoken of. Many people have spoken of this awakening of humanity happening. According to Sri Yukteswar and a man called Walter Cruttenden. He's a modern astronomer and studies the binary, the possibility that the Earth is in a binary relationship with another star and solar system. He says what happens is, as our sun approaches its binary, which, by the way, he says is Sirius. Not Sirius like as in whoa Sirius, but Sirius as in the star. Uh, Sirius is already in like a trinary relationship. There's three stars in the Sirius solar system, and he says that we are in a binary relationship with Sirius. Um, there is evidence to that, as Sirius is possibly the one star that does not precess. No one debates this. Sirius is a fixed star, but it's like the only one. And if we were in a binary relationship, an orbitally linked, gravitationally linked relationship, it would appear fixed. That would be the star where it's always a fixed point. We're moving around, but it's always a fixed point in the sky, which is what happens. And he says, as we approach Sirius, it has, because of its three-star system, it's a powerful effect on our consciousness. As we approach, we have this awakening, moving from an Iron Age to a Golden Age over a 12,000 year period. And then, unfortunately, as we start past Sirius and start to move away from it, we have this decline in consciousness, descending a period. And you can see we just came out of it. I mean, look through history. The further you go back, up to a point, it seems the more advanced we were. I mean, the pyramids, which mainstream says were built about 2400 BC, we couldn't come close to building a great pyramid now. With our technology and machinery and engineering skills, we couldn't build that. And if we could, why would we? But the ancient Egyptians built them, and they're technically sophisticated. They're aligned to perfect due north. Um, they're synced up with Orion's belt. I mean, and they're around the world. So it does seem to have been this ancient civilization which was lost. As you go further back, it just declines. I mean, as soon as we hit about 4000 BC, and we're starting to like Sumer and Babylon, the dawning of civilization. But that doesn't mean there wasn't a civilization before Babylon and Sumer, the Indus Valley, China, it was around the world. About then it starts to start to have civilization, as they call it. But it's not. It's not that it wasn't a civilization before that. It's just like that civilization is like ours, hierarchical, a highly divided, ruled by a small minority civilization. That's the first one. And they said, well, that must be civilization because that's how we classify civilization. But if you look since then, I mean, declined. When you get to about, I have some dates here. The descending Kali Yuga, the lowest age, it began in 701 BC and ended in 499 AD. That lines up with the rise and fall of the Roman Empire almost perfectly. And then after that, we enter the ascending Kali. Kali is it's divided. We have the descending Kali, and then we hit the low point at 499 AD, and then we started ascending. Our consciousness started ascending again. And you look at it, that lines up very well with what are called the Dark Ages. And then when we hit ascending Dwapara Yuga, which we entered in 699 AD, and we'll leave in 4099 AD, the Enlightenment, literally called the Enlightenment. We had the Enlightenment, the rising of democracy around the world. We had the Industrial Revolution. Our society changed, and right now we're starting to really feel the quickening of that awakening. That awakening where the human consciousness is awakening. We're heading back towards a new golden age. So let me just kind of recap. I don't want to hit you with too much. There's a lot of information there, and I'd like to make some more videos on this. But basically, what the Mandala Man said was, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, there's some sort of celestial body that appears to be interacting with our solar system. It's unknown. Could be a planet, could be a brown dwarf star, could be another sun. There are people, Sri Yukteswar, Walter Cruttenden. I'm here in a book called The Lost Star of Myth and Legend. It's excellent. I've read it. Proposed that the binary star we are linked to is Sirius. We're in a gravitational linked circular orbit. Two stars approach, two stars separate. As we approach Sirius, we're in the ascending yugas. Consciousness is ascending, getting brighter. Our civilization is beginning to awaken again from a long sleep. As we move away, descending yugas, where our civilization is in decline and our consciousness is diminishing. These are fascinating theories, and I think it really explains a lot of what's going on. Hey, you're still with me, thanks. just as a side note, the reason that's given for the Yuga cycle with the binary relationship being 24,000 years rather than like 25.9 is as the stars approach, the gravity increases the speed of the orbit, so it makes the entire cycle take less time than it should if that wasn't the case. Thanks everybody for listening to this. Again, I am Way Out Nelson. This is Full File Hat. Please like, subscribe. As I said, this channel is designed. Really, we put it in place for other Mandala Man and myself to be able to go live, so we can interact with this and kind of, bounce ideas off of each other live rather than trying to do separate videos. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.